So, you've probably played around with chatbots, right? Well, get ready, because AI is taking a massive leap forward. Today, we're diving into AI agents. These aren't just systems that can talk, they can actually do things. So, here's what we're going to cover. We'll start with how we're moving from just words to real actions. Then we'll look at just how autonomous these agents can be. We'll see where they're already popping up in the real world, tackle the huge problems they bring with them, and finally, peek into what our future with these agents might look like. Ready? Let's jump in. All right, first things first, we really need to wrap our heads around just how big of a shift this is. Think about it. We're going from an AI that just sits there and waits for you to ask it something, to an AI that's actively out there in the digital world, getting stuff done on its own. And hey, don't just take my word for it. AI pioneer Andrew Ng says this is a trend everyone in AI should be watching. This isn't just a small tweak. We're talking about a true evolution, where AI can tackle tasks step by step and make its own decisions along the way. Okay, so let's break this down, because this is super important. On one side, you have your standard LLMs. Think ChatGPT. Their whole deal is to know and say. You ask a question, they dig into their training data, and they give you an answer. Simple enough. But AI agents, they're all about know and do. They don't just talk. They perceive what's going on, they reason, and then they actually take action. They can use tools, like they can access your calendar, pull from a database, or even browse the web to get a job done. So, when you boil it all down, an AI agent is an action taker. It's a system designed to be autonomous, to hit a specific goal. And that goal could be anything from booking a flight for you, to chewing through a mountain of invoices at work, or even taming your chaotic inbox, all while you're doing something else. It's pretty wild. Okay, so how do these things actually work? How do they think? Well, it's not as simple as flipping a switch. You see, AI agent isn't just one thing. It's a whole spectrum of technology. The core idea here is a loop, a constant cycle. First, the agent perceives its world. That could be you typing a command, or it could be new data coming in. Next, its brain, usually a powerful LLM, uses memory to reason and figure out what to do. Then comes the most important part, it acts. And that action changes things, which kicks off the whole loop all over again. It's this endless cycle of perceive, reason, act, repeat. And this is a great way to visualize it. The term AI agent is, well, it's a really broad term. You've got super simple agents on one end of the spectrum, things that just react based on a simple rule. But way over on the other end, you have these incredibly complex, autonomous agents that can plan, learn, and operate almost completely on their own. It's a huge range. Let's put some real-world examples to this so it makes sense. A simple reflex agent. Think of an automatic door at the grocery store. It sees you, it opens. It doesn't plan, it just reacts. Now, a goal-based agent is smarter. That's your GPS, like Google Maps. It has a goal, get you to your destination, and it plans the best way to do it. Then you have the learning agent. This is like your Netflix recommendations. It watches what you watch, learns what you like, and gets better and better at suggesting your next binge. Okay, that's enough theory. Let's get to the good stuff. Where are we actually seeing these agents out in the wild today? The answer might surprise you. I mean, just look at this. Their reach is incredible. We're seeing them pop up everywhere, in big business, in finance, even in healthcare and scientific research. You can think of them as this powerful new software layer that can supercharge, well, just about any field you can imagine. For businesses, these agents are absolute game changers for efficiency. They're taking over all the boring stuff, like sifting through invoices. They're helping with huge decisions, like BlackRock's Asimov agent that pulls in market data in real time. They can even act as a tireless sales team, generating new leads 24/7. And this isn't just for the Fortune 500 crowd. For you and me, these agents are shaping up to be the ultimate personal assistant. Imagine an AI that can give you the cliff notes of a meeting you skipped, help you kickstart a creative project when you're stuck, or even be the brains behind a self-driving car or a robot. Okay, but it's not all sunshine and rainbows. All this power, all this autonomy, it brings some really serious problems to the table. Actually building these things and letting them loose is way harder and way riskier than you might think. Just look at this statistic for a second. 95%. That's the failure rate for enterprise AI pilots, according to MIT. And let's be clear, this isn't because the AI is stupid. It's because plugging these incredibly complex, autonomous agents into the messy reality of existing company systems is a monumental challenge, both for engineers and for security teams. And the list of hurdles is long. Yeah, there are technical problems, the AI's reasoning isn't perfect, its memory can be flaky. But honestly, the operational headaches are even bigger. These agents are hungry for real-time data, and getting that to them securely is tough. They open up a whole new world of security nightmares. They can cost a fortune to run. And that's before we even get to the really thorny ethical questions, like whose fault is it when an autonomous agent messes up? What about our privacy? Let's double-click on security for a sec, because this is a big one. You've got threats like prompt injection, which is basically tricking the AI into doing something it's not supposed to. Then there's tool manipulation, which is even more terrifying. If an agent can access your company's database, a hacker could hijack that access and steal everything. Plus, since a lot of these agents rely on other companies' AI models, they're inheriting any security flaws that come with them. So, with all these scary challenges, are agents just a bad idea? Not at all. The key is figuring out how to move forward responsibly. It all comes down to building a real partnership between humans and these AI agents. Microsoft actually has some great guidelines for this. Number 1, transparency. People have to know when they're dealing with an AI, no secrets. Number 2, control. The user has to be in the driver's seat. You need to be able to tweak settings, make corrections, and, if needed, hit the off switch. And third, consistency. It should feel familiar and easy to use, not like you're trying to learn some weird alien technology. And when it comes to locking things down, the playbook is pretty straightforward. First, the principle of least privilege. Only give an agent the exact permissions it needs, and nothing more. Keep the data it touches to a minimum and lock it down with encryption. And crucially, you have to watch everything it does. You need a log, an audit trail, for every single action the agent takes. Look, at the end of the day, this isn't about AI replacing people. That's the wrong way to think about it. The real magic, the real goal is building a partnership. Let the agents handle the grunt work, the boring, repetitive data crunching stuff. That frees us humans up to do what we do best: think strategically, be creative, and solve the really hard problems. It's about making us better, not obsolete. So all of this leaves us with a pretty deep question to chew on. As these AI agents become our co-pilots, our assistants, our partners, what does that make us? When an AI can do so much, what skills do we need to focus on? How does it change who we are? That, right there, is the big question we'll all be answering over the next decade.